welcome to the Advanced Auto Parts Cup Series Season 2 roster video. There are 44 cars in total, I believe. I don't know, there may be 45, but I know that there is 43 that are in the Daytona 500, and I think there's like one more that will be racing at Talladega and maybe one other race, but I have no idea. But this video will be going up the day after the season 2 info video goes up. So and I do want to clarify that this is not sign-ups for any driver at all. If you guys thought it was, I apologize, but I don't think I will really be doing sign-ups for any of my series. Reason being is because it could get very messy, and I could like lose track of a lot of things. So I think that it would be best that I don't do sign-ups. So I apologize if you guys were like looking forward to that, but sadly that is not going to be a thing in my series. And I might do it sometime in the future. I'm not too sure, but yeah, thank you guys for supporting the channel as always. But let's get right into this roster video. First car or first driver is Quinn Houff. He is going to be full-time this season, and his sponsor is going to be Starcom. And he finished 36th in season 1 in the point standing. So, yep, there's that for him. Kurt Busch is going to be full-time as well. He will be driving the number 1 car. And, of course, his sponsors are going to be Monster Energy and Gear Wrench Tools. He also finished 15th in the Season 1 point standings. And, yeah, he's been a good driver so far in the series, so looks good for him. Brad Keselowski will be full-time, once again, obviously. And he did not finish 15th in the point standings last season. He finished 9th. That is my bad. And his sponsors will be Discount Tire, Ruth, Wabash, PPG, Auto Trader, PureTech, and Alliance Truck Center. I think that's what it is. I haven't looked at it in a while. I may be wrong. Correct me if I am wrong. But yeah, Keselowski will be in the 2 car full time, and hopefully he'll be able to get something done more than just one win. Austin Dillon will be full time in the 3 car, although he did finish 20th in the point standings last season. But his sponsors will be Dow, Bass Pro Shops, Real Tree, American Ethanol, and AAA Insurance. So hopefully he will have a great season in Season 2. He didn't have too much of a great season near the end of Season 1. He was pretty strong in the beginning of Season 1, but it declined a lot as the season went on. So hopefully he will be able to grab a win in that 3 car in the AAPCS. Kevin Harvick, your AAPCS defending champion, is going to be full-time, of course, with the sponsors of Busch Beer, Mobile One, Jimmy John's, Hunt Brothers Pizza. Hopefully he'll be doing a great job to defend his title in the AAPCS. Who knows, maybe he could go back-to-back, or somebody else could take that championship away and get their first championship in the AAPCS. But yeah, I really look forward to finishing Season 2 and going on to more seasons, because the series has been doing great. So I'm really glad you guys enjoy it. Ryan Newman being full-time in the season once again. His sponsors will be Coke, Oscar Mayer, and Castrol. And he finished 21st in the point standings last season. Hopefully he can do good. Maybe he can like grab a win at a super speedway. Maybe it could be Daytona. We don't know, but you guys will have to wait and see. I obviously know, and I can say that that finish that I made is quite one to remember. in my series. So definitely buckle down when that starts premiering, because it's gonna be a good one. Josh Bilicki, our first part-time driver on this list. Last season he finished 43rd on the point standings. That is not too good. But his sponsors are Wow Ride and GoDaddy. So I don't know how many races he'll be running. I know he's gonna win the not win. If he won the Daytona 500, good God. But he's gonna be running the Daytona 500, and yeah. So maybe he'll make a start in one of the short tracks again, but we'll have to see. Tyler Reddick is the second full-time RCR driver. He didn't really get off to a great start in Season 1, but hopefully he'll be able to have a great Season 2. His sponsors are Cat, Bass Pro Shop, and Liberty National. He finished 18th in the point standings last season. So hopefully he will have a great Season 2. Maybe he could pick up a win for RCR for the first time in the AAPCS. We'll have to see. He did come oh so close in Las Vegas. That is the second race on the schedule. So we'll have to wait and see when or if he will get that win. And then the fan favorite Chase Elliott, full-time this season again. His sponsors are Napa, Mountain Dew, Hooters, Kelly Blue Book, Little Caesars, and UniFirst. He finished 3rd in the standings last season. Almost got 2nd, but Kyle Busch passed him at that last foot of the track at Phoenix. Could have gotten the championship, but just did not have the right momentum to pass Harvick and Busch on the final lap. But yes, he will be having those sponsors on his car, although Mountain Dew will not be a sponsor in Season 3. Eric Amarola will be full-time this season, or Season 2. He will have his primary sponsor as Smithfield usually, and then Eckrich, or Ekrich, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that, but he will be having that sponsor on his car once in the series. I don't know when, I don't know what race it will be, but he did finish 12th in the standings last season, so that's pretty good for him. Maybe he could pick up a win in the series, get his first career win in the AAPCS. We can only wish luck for him. Next up is Denny Hamlin. He's full-time, and FedEx will be his only sponsor in this in Season 2. He finished 8th in the standings last season, so he went winless throughout Season 1, which I honestly was kind of surprised about myself, but maybe he could pick up his first career win in the AAPCS in Season 2. Only one way to find out, and we just gotta wait. So hopefully his win will be coming soon. Season 1 Daytona 500 winner Ryan Blaney has a ton of sponsors in Season 2, and finished 5th in the standings last season. So hopefully he will be doing as good as he did in Season 1 as he will in Season 2. But his sponsors are Body Armor, Knopf or Knopf, I don't know, Jack Links, Richmond Water Heaters, Advanced Auto Parts, Dex Imaging, Dent Wizard, Moneyline, and PPG. Those are going to be his sponsors for Season number 2. I'm trying to speed these up as fast as I can because the video is pretty long, because I went through editing and all that, and like this is going pretty long, so I'm trying to speed this up as much as possible. Ty Dillon will be full-time. His sponsors will be Geico and Twisted Tea. He will not be racing in Season 3 unless I can get another 96 car that is actually a Ty Dillon car, but I don't know, but we'll see. He finished 24th in the standings last season, so maybe he could do better. We'll have to see. Clint Bowyer is in his final season, his final full-time season. He finished 11th in the point standings last season, which was pretty good for him, right outside of the top 10. But his sponsors are going to be Rush Truck Center, Peak, Blue Duff, Built Ford Proud, Busch Light, Toka, Deco Decalb, I don't know, and then Barstool. So yeah, those are his sponsors for season 2. Hopefully he can do good in his final season. Brendan Poole did pretty bad in season 1, mostly because he wasn't in a lot of races, and that's honestly on my part. But he did finish 40th in the standings, and he only has one sponsor going into this season, and he is racing part-time. It is Spartan Mosquito, which I had no idea what it really was until I honestly got the car. But yeah, that's him. He's probably not going to do better in season 2, to be honest, but we'll have to wait and see. Chris Buescher will be full-time this year, or this season. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. But his sponsors are going to be Fastenal, Fifth Third Bank, and Sunny D. And he finished 22nd in the point standings last season, so pretty good for him. Kyle Busch will obviously be full-time, as you can see, and his sponsors are going to be M&M's, Snickers, Skittles, and Interstate Batteries. And he was he had like a photo finish for second place in the standings between him and Chase Elliott in Phoenix, which was pretty good finish. But yeah, he is gonna be full time and see what he can do. Martin Truex Jr. is going to be full time this season as well, and then his sponsors are going to be Bass Pro Shops, or Bass Pro Shops. Auto Owners, sorry, and Series XM. He finished 7th in the standings last season, so maybe he can take home a championship and be the first Toyota to take home a championship. Although he nearly went winless, in season 1, but the only win he had was so close. So yeah, hopefully he can get more than one victory next season. Eric Jones is going to be full-time this season. He came close to a win at Utah in race 5, but tire blew out, sent him up into the wall, ended his day. But his sponsors are going to be DeWalt, Craftsman Stanley, Irwin Tools, and Motor and Sports Clips. And he finished 17th in the standings last season, so hopefully he can get top 15 in the standings this season. But yeah, we'll have to see. Matt DiBenedetto in the 21 car for Wood Brothers. This is his final year in the 21 car until Austin Cindric will move into that seat. No idea where Matt DiBenedetto will be going, but he is going to be full-time this season. But his sponsors are going to be Motorcraft, Maytag, Quaker State, Quick Lane, and Omicraft. He finished 14th in the standings last season, top 15 for Wood Brothers in the point standings. That's pretty good. And Matt DiBenedetto, definitely one guy to look out for in season number 2. Joey Logano going to be full-time this season, and another mistake by me. He did not finish 14th in the standings. No, he finished 6th in the standings last season, and his sponsors are going to be Shell, Pennzoil, Auto Trader, and AAA Insurance. So yeah, and obviously Shell being his primary paint scheme, and so yeah, all of the pictures of the car that you will be seeing on the left side of the screen, those are going to be the primary paint schemes for each driver. So just clarify that. William Byron going to be full-time in season number 2. He does have one Cup career win, but not in the AAPCS. Finished 16th in the standings last season. His sponsors are going to be Exalta, Liberty University, Hertz, and Unifirst. Unifirst will be in one race on his car, and then Exalta obviously being his primary, and then Liberty University and Hertz will make up the rest of the races. Corey LaJoie will be full-time, although this is going to be his last year in the 32 cars. He's going to be moving over to the 7 car at Spire Motorsports. His sponsors for this season is Schluter Systems and Keen Parts, and he finished 31st in the standings last season. Top 35, but it's not the best, but hopefully he can do he can get at least a top 30 or something. Our first rookie driver in this series. Well, not really rookie driver, but our first driver of the new team entering the series for Jones Motorsports. Jason Collins is going to be full-time. His sponsors are going to be White Claw, Twisted Tea, and NOS Energy. And obviously he was not in the series last season, so non-applicable right there. Boom. So, but yeah, this is his first season in the Cup Series, and his primary sponsor is going to be White Claw with the number 33 on the car. Michael McDowell, the 2021 Daytona 500 winner, will be full-time in the AAPCS. Finished 28th in the standings last season, and he also has only one sponsor. Again, I don't really have a lot of 34 cars in order to like have a lot of paint schemes for McDowell. So far, Dockside is the only paint scheme I really have for him. So hopefully I'll be able to get a Loves car soon for him. But yeah, he only has one sponsor. He's gonna be full time, and he finished 28th in the point standings last season. The first Furniture Row driver who was going to be part time is Matt TIFFT. He was full time last season, but is now part time this season. His sponsors are Acquire and Tunity. He finished 38th in the standings last season, but the races that Matt TIFFT will be running will be the Super Speedway races and the Super Speedway races only. So that being Daytona and Talladega, only 2 races he'll be running. But yeah, he is part-time, so yeah. And as I've said before, this video is getting pretty long. And while I was ending this video is going to be at least 30 minutes long, so hopefully you guys can stick in with me. But Ryan PREECE is going to be full-time this season. His sponsors are going to be Bush's Beers, Tide, and Louisiana Hot Sauce. He finished 34th in the standings last season. But yes, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I don't want to make this video too long. And the third and final Front Row Motorsports driver, John Hunter Nemechek, is going to be full-time this season. His sponsors are going to be Sitgard and Skag. He finished 26th in the standings last season, but this is going to be his last full-time season. Anthony Alfredo will be replacing him in the 38. So yeah. Cole Custer is going to be full-time in the series as well. He finished 23rd in the point standings last season, but he only has one sponsor, which is Haas. So yeah, well, I only have 2 cars for him. I only have the Daniel Suarez 2019 one, which I use for him, and then the Daniel Suarez throwback car. But yeah, you know what? That's all I really have for the 41 car in the Ford Mustang. So Ross Chastain is going to be full-time this season. He went from the 77 to the 42. Matt Kenseth has officially retired, unless he's gonna come back at like 60 years old or something. Who knows? But Ross Chastain sponsors are going to be McDonald's, Credit One Bank, and Clover. He finished 33rd in the standings in the 77 car. But now in the 42 car, maybe he'll do a lot better with better equipment. Bubba Wallace is going to be full-time this season in the 43 car. His primary sponsor for the entirety of the season will be DoorDash, but Worldwide Technology will be on the hood of the car for the last time. And then Aftershocks, Air Force, Plan B Sales, and Coca-Cola will be on the car as well. And then he finished 13th in the point standings last season. That's pretty good for Bubba. But yeah, he will be going to the 23 in season 3 if I can get the car, honestly. But we'll have to see. Good old Ricky Spinhouse Jr. He is going to be full-time this season, and only has one sponsor, and that being Kroger. He did finish 27th in the point standings last season. That's not pretty good, although it is kind of expected when it's Ricky. No offense to any Ricky fans. It's all just a meme. We all love Ricky. It's just poking a little fun at him. But yeah. He is going to be full-time. Kroger, obviously, his main sponsor. So I really want to get his NOS car along with his, what is it again? I forgot. It's like a pancake brand. I forgot what it is. Hungry Jack, I think? I don't know. I can't remember the pancake brand. But yeah, I got to get those cars. And then there's the 7-time champ, Jimmie Johnson. He's going to be full-time. This is his last full-time season in the AAPCS. He will be retiring after Season 2. He did finish 10th in the standings last season, so maybe he can bring home the championship, or maybe he could like get a top 5 in the finishing results. But a championship would really be the best treatment for this. But yes, this is going to be his last season, but we're going to have to see what happens. Here is our second driver for Jones Motorsports. Theron Webb is going to be driving the 53 car, 53 Chevrolet Nationwide car. His sponsors are going to be Nationwide, which is going to be his primary sponsor throughout the entire season. Bass Pro Shops will be secondary, and Bang Energy will be the third. Of course, this is the first time that he is in the Cup in this series, so obviously he did not have a finishing result in the last season. But yes, he is going to. This is the second entry for Jones Motorsports. Next up, we have another part-time driver, Brendan Gaughan, being part-time. His sponsors are Beard Oil and South Point. He finished 44th in the standings last season, but he will be racing only 2 races, that being Daytona and Talladega, and we will see how those 2 races go, whether he can wreck out like he did in the fall race of Talladega in 2019, or if he'll finish as well as he did in the 2020 Daytona 500. Austin Richards is going to be in the 63 car. Full-time, of course. Sponsors are going to be Dr. Pepper, Napa, and Xbox. This is the third entry for the Jones Motorsports racing team. And, of course, Dr. Pepper is going to be the primary sponsor through the entire season. And Napa and Xbox will be making their faces on the car in couple of races. Maybe Talladega is when Napa could show up, and then Xbox could show up on a couple of short tracks. But we will have to wait and see. Timmy Hill, he was part-time last season. He is now full-time this season with his sponsors Roof Claim on the hood of the car. He finished 39th in the standings last season, but top 40, but yeah, he will be driving the 66 Toyota Camry, but yeah, nothing really much else to say, but it's the GOAT, Timmy Hill. but yeah, closing down to the last few cars and drivers that are going to be in this series. Ryan Truex in the 71 car will be part-time. The only sponsor he has right now in the series is Excel. He was not in the series in season 1, but he will be driving his car only in the Daytona 500. In the Daytona 500 only. That he's only running 1 race, and that being it. And no, he will not be racing at Talladega or any other race. So yes, BJ McLeod. He will only be running 1 race and 1 race only, just as Ryan Truex will be. And Ryan Truex will be running the Daytona 500. BJ McLeod will be only running the Talladega race, which is race 8, I think. Yes, but yes, he only has 1 sponsor. Of course, he's gonna be part-time. His sponsor is guess Monkey, but he didn't run any races last season. So, this is his first season in my series. It ain't Ross Chastain, it's Justin Haley in the 77 car running part-time. Advid Health is going to be the only sponsor on that 77 car driven by Justin Haley. He finished 41st in the standings last season, and he'll be running the super speedway races, being Daytona and Talladega. But yeah, I'm not cutting that. I'm leaving that in. Alex Bowman, the showman, 2 wins last season, but he has a ton of sponsors on the car this season. This is his last season in the 88 car. He will be going to the 48 next year. but obviously he is full time. He did make the championship for last year, finished 4th in the standings after wrecking out, sadly. Sponsors are going to be Axalta, Adams Polishes, Noco, Valvoline, Nationwide, Lumar, and Cincinnati Incorporated. And then our 4th car of Jones Motorsports, it's a part-time driver, Rick Dean being behind the wheel. His sponsors are going to be iRacing and Ally. Of course, this is his first season being in my series, so he will be part-time in my series. But the reason why he is going to be part-time is because there are going to be 2 drivers behind the 93 car wheel, and that other driver will be revealed right after this, so let's get right to that. And there is your 5th and final driver, who is, of course, part-time alongside Rick Dean, who is going to be driving the 93 car with him. It is Aaron Jones. He is going to be driving part-time. His 93 Chevrolet Camaro will have YouTube on the hood, but Ally will be a shared sponsor between him and Rick Dean. So yes, and no, I did not. Although my last name is Jones, this is just a friend of mine. Okay, don't get this confused. And closing down to our last 2 drivers, Christopher Bell being full-time in this season. Only 1 sponsor on the hood today, or on the season. It is Procore. He will be moving from the 95 all the way over to the number 20 at Joe Gibbs Motorsports. And yes, so Eric Jones will be going into the 43. But in season 1, he finished 25th in the standings, so that's pretty good for Christopher Bell and Levine Family Racing Equipment. And last but not least, Daniel Suarez in the 96 car. He will be full time, and he only has 1 sponsor on that hood, and that being CommScope. And in season 1, he finished 32nd in the point standing, so that's pretty good for him in that 96 Toyota Camry. You know what? That was a lot longer than it really should have been, but you know what? Hey, here we are. So at least you guys know who is going to be in the series in this season. So yeah, so hopefully you guys do enjoy. This is most likely gonna get premiered. I don't know how many people would still be watching the premiere right now. They're probably all left by now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully we can get to 500 before too long. But yes, thank you guys so much for all your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.